The problem with the gamble, why you gamble, when you break everything down to the finite reality, the real reason why you gamble is not because you're addicted. It's not because you want to have a good time and you're gaming. But where else can you go and put in $20? Where else can you go and put in $20 and get 100 back or more? That's a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Is it an escape? Is it an escape, or is it an addiction? Or is it a money oasis? A money oasis. Aren't we all looking for a money oasis? Sometimes I get tempted to go gamble. I think about gambling. I think about the consequences. And generally the consequences keep me away from gambling today, because I used to gamble 3, 4, 5 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week. And eventually it became to no times a week. A place where you can play cards. You can go into the drac room and play cards in there. That's an environment. The lights are low. There's drinks. Sometimes light smoke fills the air. There's no clocks. Generally, you're not alone. You're there with a few other people in that dark room. I call it the drac. It's actually the card room. You're there, win or lose. You're there to win. You gamble, you deep down inside, the real reason why you gamble is because of greed. It's an emotion that's hidden deep down inside you that you're not aware of. But it is greed, because that's what I felt when I really broke it down to the finite, as I mentioned earlier. It was greed, and greed is deep. It's hidden away, but it's deep. Penny slots. You can play, where else can you go and play penny slots? Pennies, What's so harmful about playing pennies on the slot machines? And you can stay there for hours or days. You can even eat in the place and then come back and sleep and come back and play if you really wanted to. What would be real nice is if the winnings could add up to all of your losses. even outside of the casino. Because just because you lost 500 in the casino doesn't mean you lost 500. You lost 500 plus because you got losses outside of the casino. And that multiplies. Anything that you lose in a casino multiplies outside of the casino. If you're a problem gambler, you understand that very well. And if you're a problem gambler, I congratulate you on hanging out with me for this long in this video. It's greed. And when you understand your nature, yourself, you as a person, you're going to realize that that's the reason. That is the real deep down reason why you're gambling. Yeah, you may be covering up some things. You may use it as an excuse to get out. You go through life, you go through things. But ultimately, it's greed that gets you into trouble. Because greed isn't bad in it. Greed is not bad in and of itself. You can be greedy for something good. But when you use it for the wrong thing, greed, it'll turn against you. That's what's going to happen eventually. It's going to turn against you. Your own greed is going to turn against you. What happens when the winnings don't add up anymore? One important key thing is to remember this: mind over matter. You must conquer, your mind must conquer the subject, right? Instead of the subject conquering your mind. You must conquer the subject. After losses, after time gone, after losses, after repeated losses, and more time gone and more time wasted, all of these problems that have been hidden away, tucked away, begin to show up in your life. You can end up homeless, you can end up living in your car, you can end up in a divorce, you can end up in a horrible relationship. Even instead of breaking away from a relationship, you can end up attracting the wrong person because of gambling and mess yourself up there even worse. So it doesn't have to be that you're already in a relationship. There's no win big enough that's going to get you out of what's coming your way. The storm, the tsunami, the earthquake that you won't be able to measure. You can measure earthquakes today. They have a Richter device that measures earthquakes. The earthquake that's coming for you, you're not going to be able to measure it. The key thing is to stop and start putting some determination in your life in today. Start putting in the work. Start doing the homework. Start going into the environments. Start connecting with people that are going to help you get that determination inside of you so that you can avoid these things. Or if you're in the middle of all of this, you can begin turning it around. You can begin turning it around. You can begin turning it around. I'm here to support you, Coach Santos. founder, the world's #1 problem gambling interventionist. You can meet with me below. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment, a thumbs up. Support. Do you support missions that support gamblers who want to truly quit and crush the cycle? You're at the right place at the right time. Coach Santos, I'll see you at the top on the inside on my next one.